on controversial matters, let's take a look at the Ukraine. Sorry, this isn't what I thought it was going to be this time. It's very, very clear that the Ukraine's payday is up. Let's look at the next slide. I think this is a better one. We can see that once President Trump gets into office, the payday is going to stop. The money laundering is going to stop. The foreign wars, the proxy wars is going to stop. Let's have a look at what he's got to say.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us. It's the abolition of our national borders. It's the failure to police our own cities. It's the destruction of the rule of law from within. It's the collapse of the nuclear family and fertility rates like nobody can believe is happening. It's the Marxists who would have us become a godless nation worshiping at the altar of race and gender and environment. And it's the globalist class that has made us totally dependent on China and other foreign countries that basically hate us. These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while keeping us distracted from the havoc they're creating right here at home. These forces are doing more damage to America than Russia and China could ever have dreamed. Evicting this sick and corrupt establishment is the monumental task for the next president, and I am the only one who can do it. I'm the only one that can get the job done. I know exactly what has to be done.
That is probably the most important speech he's ever delivered. Right now, we have President Joe Biden and Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer poking the bear, essentially trying to start World War III, probably before President Trump gets into office. It's absolutely terrifying to see it happen. But this is the answer. This is someone who wants to break down the deep state, break down the global neocon connection, this network of elites that want to continuously drag the West into perpetual wars, proxy wars, because it's all a money laundering scheme and people make lots and lots of money. People make billions of money on wars, not just through investments, but through taxpayer money that is shifted. We know that UK, US taxpayer money goes to the Ukraine through BlackRock to rebuild the Ukraine. And then politicians and consultants get paid by BlackRock. So essentially taxpayer money gets laundered through these companies to these corrupt individuals, and they get away with it. And this is a president that's saying, no, we're going to put America first. We're going to fight against the globalists. We're going to fight against the Marxists. We're going to put the country and the people first. That is news to my ears. Again, the most significant speech he's ever made so far, and I hope he is able to follow through with that. We need more leaders who are going to be able to do that. Imagine someone putting Britain first. We're not even allowed to say those words, Britain first. That's racist, xenophobic, bigoted. It's insane where we find ourselves at this point in time. But thankfully, in the United States, they have a president who, or they will soon have a president who is going to put America first. And that's a very pleasing thing to see, because it's going to take some rebuilding. Let's have a look at the next slide. After 4
Here
years
are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired.
Of course, that one. Sorry.
Third, we will ensure
Covering old ground, but the point is that America needs a rebuilding after 4 years of being broken down by the Democrats. And even the 4 years of his original presidency, he was stuck in a system surrounded by the establishment, by the deep state. This time around, he has his A-team, he has his Avengers. Things are going to be very different.
Thank you for watching my Common Sense Crusade. If you'd like to watch the whole show, you can subscribe to lotuseaters.com for as little as £5 per month, and then you get access to a bank of content as well. My show is 3 p.m. every Thursday. See you there. Deus Vult.